Get over here.
No.
The new Mortal Kombat is coming out 2021.
Yes, it is.
I'm playing with power!
I thought we should see what is Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Mortal Kombat!
Now, I don't think I'd seen this before. Have you seen this before?
I have never seen this before.
I still feel like I've never seen it. Because...
I don't think I'll ever see it again.
No, but it's... forgettable. It's completely, absolutely forgettable. And the first Mortal Kombat movie is so much fun.
Because it was fun to play the game. And the movie kind of gave you the same experience of that fun. This one didn't.
But it also matched like the game's feel of it being, you know, this serious but campy and stupid. And
it didn't take itself too seriously.
Out of the video game movies... when they came out, like in this era, because this was kind of a new thing for video game movies, because you had Super Mario Brothers, which was Super Mario Brothers, did not do well. Double Dragon came out 94, and that did not do well. Street Fighter came out in 94, and it had like a $40 million budget and only made like $10 million its opening weekend. It didn't even open first. Okay. So there had been those three like kind of strong contenders for video game movies. And then Mortal Kombat came out. And Mortal Kombat hit #1. It nailed it with the music. The album is amazing. The movie is fun. It matches the spirit of the game very well. And they were on a high. They were on a really good high. They made their money back. They nailed it. People loved it. They did a bunch of other Mortal Kombat things, and then they made this.
And this movie sucked.
Yeah, and the little bit of research I did before was fun because the Larry Kazanoff? Larry Kazanoff, Lawrence Kazanoff, he was like a big backer of the first Mortal Kombat movie. And he pushed for more for this one. But what's funny is that he also wrote, directed, and produced Food Fight, which is one of the notoriously bad movies.
I always knew you were damaged goods.
I'm not the one who's gonna be puppy whipped. You cold-farted itch.
So, Mortal Kombat Annihilation. From what I gathered from the movie, and I was confused throughout most of the movie, the general synopsis that I had is there's like different realms. There's this Earth realm and the...
they called it Outworld.
An Outworld, there you go. There's like portals opening up to connecting the two, and they need to fight in order to close those portals for one generation.
So that's the story of the first movie, if I remember right, because they kind of like elaborated what the story of the first one was, and it was they had to go to the big fight in order to, every generation had to, in order to save the world, I guess. And so that happened in the first movie. And so now the bad guy was trying to renege on that or something? Because it hadn't been a whole generation, right?
No, they said he was opening up the worlds again.
But it's not a fighting tournament this time. It's just war.
Yes. So in the beginning, they're at this place. And then they go to a lot more other places.
Yep. Somehow. There's some warping. They travel in balls.
So they get into these giant balls, which are like connected underground and stuff like that. They're in like some underground layers. I don't know how they got to the underground layers. All I know is the different underground layers connect them to possibly other places.
Via the ball network.
amazing.
It's the hot air rising from the Earth's core. We've harnessed its energy.
But then there's some parts where they go over these giant caverns of lava, and you have to like adjust just right in order to get into the other tube hole to go somewhere else, which is, as we said, watching it, that's a stupid mode of transportation.
What's going on? Where are we?
The interchange. Roll to your right. Hard.
Good.
But there were many times throughout the movie where they'd be in a new scene and we're like, where are they? How did they get there? Why are they there? What happened to the other people they were with?
It suffers a lot from almost too many characters. And the sort of the funny thing about it is I knew it was going to happen because I looked into this a little bit. But they kill off, like they didn't get back the characters from the first movie. Only 2 of the actors came back. As Raiden was Christopher Lambert in the original Mortal Kombat, it's now the dad from Unhappily Ever After.
Which we looked it up and it's not him.
It's not him.
He's Gans
from
48 Hours. He's got a face that I recognized.
Yeah, he's the dad from Unhappily Ever After. He's the Al Bundy knockoff. He's the knockoff of the Al Bundy knockoff guy.
The only people I recognized were him and the main guy with the face.
Yeah, that's Brian Thompson?
Yes, Brian Thompson, who played Kahn.
Shou Kahn.
Yes.
You recognize him because he's that distinctive, muscly, but very chiseled face in this skeleton kind of way. I can't.
His
really
face
explain.
is very muscly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which a lot of bodybuilders don't really exercise the face as much as he does.
Maybe not. I'm not going to go there at all.
He was in Cobra.
Yeah.
Let's bleed, pig!
He's the knockoff of the knockoff Van Damme. But I did see one review that said it's really sad when he's the best actor in the movie.
Yeah, he did a good job.
He did.
You did say he looked like he was wearing a baby jumper. Like he should be in a doorway just bouncing around happy.
It was necessary to convince the mortals that their only hope lie in Outworld.
Looks like a baby bouncer thing on him.
I'm a big boy.
All of the costumes sucked. I thought most of the like you're supposed to be a robot. It looks like it's rubber and flexible. I just hated this movie.
Yeah, I hated it too.
There's a lot of times when there's like these underground realms.
It's realms.
Realms.
Yeah. Any show that has realms, I'm out.
What are you talking about?
I didn't know that was a deal breaker, but if a man on a horse gets off in like a foggy wood and goes, in this realm, I'm like, nope, forget this show. I can't do it.
The merger of the realms is almost done.
You know, Sonya, you keep talking about mergers and realms and all that, but it don't mean squat to me, all right?
Realms of people that wear the stupid Conan the Barbarian outfits and they're in these caves of rocks and flames or whatever. To me, where those movies become interesting is when they interact with the real world or the Earth world. So they're like going into a city or something and they're destroying things. I don't know if it was budget or what, but there was no interaction with the real world other than like when they went to Petra.
They used the scenery they had there. Yeah,
yes.
They stood there in the interesting stone carved things, and then they blew up models,
right,
over and over and over.
Every scene had like 3 people in it or something. In a crappy cave or desert scene or something, there was just like 3 people in it. There was never, I don't know, I felt like it was a soundstage the entire movie.
Even when they were at the Petra, actually, it felt very stale.
Yeah. Where were they? What I gather from the movie is it was all a big trap. So the bad guys capture the one girl, put her in a cage.
Kitana.
Yep.
So Kitana is pivotal to the story, apparently. They need...
Right. But I don't think she was. So here's what I think it is.
Okay,
I might be wrong. They capture the girl and say that she's pivotal, and in order to close all these realms, they have to get her for that. They don't explain why or what. When Raiden at Petra says, or puts his arms up and opens the porthole, the one lady goes, "They've fallen for the trap."
They have taken the bait and fallen right into our trap. Proceed as planned.
They say that like 4 times in this movie.
I know.
They fell for the trap.
You seem confident that Sindel will capture Raiden and his mortals in your trap.
Raiden and his mortals have fallen for my trick.
It's a trap, Lou. Leave.
So
all like an elaborate trap.
It was all an elaborate trap in order to get Raiden to give up his immortality and to get all of these people together in one spot to be defeated.
Yep.
However, what doesn't make sense is if it was all a big trap, why were the portals actually opening? Why was the Golden Gate Bridge all deteriorating?
The realms are emerging. This will continue to happen unless Kahn's portals are closed.
Why did the statue or the Eiffel Tower just erect itself out of Demon Town?
Yeah, none of it made any sense. This entire story made no sense.
You fools. You've been tricked. The legend was a lie. Kahn's portals stay open. Now the merger is nearly complete.
How could you do this to us?
It was so easy.
I do have to say that the first 5 minutes of the movie were probably some of the worst special effects.
Oh my gosh.
And editing of the entire movie, and they opened with that. The green screening,
I swear there is a shot with the sky where you can see the polygon line. Because they took whatever the sky was in probably their location and made it absolute garbage. Mm-hmm. And then composited their actors in the worst possible way. And we're not even talking like creature stuff. We're talking like the bare bones make the sky look scarier than it is. And not that they did a great job with their creature effects later, because they didn't.
Well, it's kind of like, hey, we are incompetent when it comes to this fairly simple special effects. Let's go all out and do a huge creature fight. Which, towards the end of the movie, there's a giant creature fight between 2 characters that animatized or whatever. That's the wrong word.
You know, they like nailed animality.
Okay.
Animality, and then they showed his face, and it went animality.
Yes.
Animality.
Yes.
Find that power inside you. Feel your animality. Your animality. Your animality. Your animality. Pretty cool, huh? It's my animality.
So with the animality, they transformed into 2 different creatures.
But name the animals they transformed into.
It was a Godzilla with wings and a Hydra head.
I didn't even care. Like
no. But they didn't care either because it had no effect on anything.
Oh, that's sort of my favorite thing about it is they built up this whole thing with Liu Kang as like animality, embrace your animality.
I don't have time for these stupid games! To test your courage and find your animality. There's so many dreams.
Animality.
Just how am I supposed
And so it's this whole build-up, and then they get to the end where it's an animality fight, and then the bad guy just goes, "Oh, you call that an animality? Animality. You call that an call that an animality." It basically boils down to Liu Kang then is sitting there, and he starts turning it into an animal.
Oh my god.
They do not have the ability to do this. Why are they trying? If you're going to use that, make it have some consequence.
Make it be animals.
Yeah, that too. This one, the story that was there was just confusing.
Yeah, it's a video game.
But like a video game, at least a Mortal Kombat era, a video game, you don't really need a story. But you have fun because you're in control of it. This one is kind of like watching, you're over at your friend's house and they're playing Mortal Kombat, but they don't let you play. Yeah, they're not very good at it.
Yeah, you let your little brother play. And
yeah.
And your mom is like, "Let him play!"
Fine.
Just let him play.
It had all the elements there, but it just wasn't fun.
Yeah, the first one was fun.
Yeah.
Which is surprising to me because, like, I enjoyed Street Fighter. I enjoy that movie. It's campy, it's stupid, it's Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like, I'm happy with that movie. I'm actually sort of surprised that it failed. Double Dragon, whatever. Super Mario Brothers, I actually really, really like that movie because I like shit.
Okay.
And that movie is just goddamn shit. And I just love it. Yes, it's a bad movie, but it's an enjoyable bad movie.
Yes.
I still I'm just giddy with how awful it is, and I will watch that any day of the week. This movie, I was hoping it would be enjoyable bad. You know me, I've enjoyed, and I've praised some things that are just garbage, but there's this heart there to them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can see through, yes, there's bad special effects, there's bad something, they had to make compromises here or there. But as long as the heart is true of the story or the whatever it is, I can enjoy it. This one's got no heart. It's a cash grab.
It really feels like they're just video game players will eat that up.
It's like they had a bullet list of things from the game.
It's very much a checklist movie that, it's just shallow and crap. It was really bad.
What is memorable here? There's bad acting. Anybody you mention this movie to, and they'll go, Mother, you're alive.
Mother. You're alive.
Too bad you will die.
But those things are few and far between.
There are no redeeming qualities. No. Nothing memorable. Nothing unique and fun. It's kind of weird. I get upset a lot of times when people just bash movies.
Yeah.
There's some reviewers out there that just are negative. And I'm like, there's something good in it.
Never give up hope.
This movie to me seems really cynical.
Yeah.
Cynical in the way that it's just out as a cash grab to make money off of people that will watch anything that's got their video game characters in it.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that they just felt like they needed to make something more.
So, I think we've kind of dissected this enough. Any final thoughts?
I think I've seen this movie before.
Okay.
And I think I didn't care.
I've got the award.
Oh, what's the award?
The award is the best Mortal Kombat movie not to watch. All right. That was it. Don't watch it. See ya.
Oh. Get over here. It's